So I've never done a vinyl tag before. I saw that, I think I saw through Richard McCook's channel that Rob Walker has done one for 2023. There's 20 questions altogether. I'm going to go through them one by one, try and get it done as quick as possible. I've tried to vary the records as well that I'm showing on this tag. So yeah, let's get into this. Okay, so the first one is a pretty standard one really. It is favourite release of the year, so I've gone for Big Thief, Dragon, New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You. It just rolls off the tongue, it's so easy to remember and catchy. But this is Big Thief coming with another insanely good folk record with a lovely album cover as well, I have to say. I love the simplistic, you know, I could have drawn this look that they've gone for. It's great, but I mean the music on this thing is incredible. I think it's over an hour long, and yeah, it's so nice to put on, especially on vinyl. It's just that perfect. Andrea Lenica's, I think that's how you say her name, vocals are just stunning. I could listen to them all day. Perfect. So the next one now is the last artist that you saw live. So technically the last artist I saw live was a Welsh, two-thirds Welsh, one-third English folk group, which is Charles Cato, and I've got 2 signed CDs to prove it. They don't have a vinyl release yet, but they have kind of like half teased it recently, which would be insane. I would literally love to get this group on vinyl. Please, please, please do put out a vinyl record. Because I don't have them on vinyl, I've only got the CD because they haven't put out vinyl. I'd have to go for my boy Eddie, who I saw on his just massive, huge stadium tour thing where he came to Cardiff, 80,000 other people, and it was just an incredible experience, especially when it got dark and it was all, you had everybody with their lights showing. Oh freaking hell, it was one hell of a sellout show. So cheers, Ed. Best debut. I want to go with somebody who there can be no arguments here, where I put down the album and I'm just like, this is the best album that this artist has put out, and majority of people who know that artist are going to 100% agree with me. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. This is just an insanely, incredibly good album. I don't think there's any arguments here. This is his best work. This is probably one of the best hip hop albums ever. Next up is a hat trick. So this is just an artist who you have a vinyl, a CD and a cassette of. I've got 3 of these. I don't have a cassette player. I have no way of playing cassettes. I just have this because it came as like a bundle thing. I've gone for The Weeknd. So this is his Dawn album that he actually put out this year, which is a great project. I've got the autographed CD, the cassette that isn't open because I have no way of playing it, and I went for this variant of his album, where it's this pretty nice retro styled album cover there, featuring the amazing Jim Carrey as well, where it's kind of like you're going through this like radio station thing and he's your host. And it's just, yeah, it is brilliant actually. Next up is a album which ends and starts in the first letter. So I want to go one better than just doing the album, but I want to also do the artist, and Taylor Swift. And this is the Evermore album. There we go. Double whammy there, Taylor Swift. Incredible project, not much more to say about that one. Next one is an artist who was born the same year as you, so this is going to make me feel very underaccomplished. I'm going to go for Lewis Capaldi. He's 26. Yeah, this guy, I love his debut album is brilliant. His second album, I haven't really listened to it yet, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. So the next one is most listened to album of the year. So I would say I listen to Big Thief most of the time when I'm listening to my vinyl records this year. So I've actually gone for a different Big Thief record though. This is Capacity. This is, yeah, I mean, I just love listening to Big Thief on vinyl. I just wanted to show a different album to Dragon, New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You. To Artist of the Year is the next one. So I've just gone for overall artist for this. So I would say my Spotify and vinyl records it's got to be Bright Eyes. I listened to the hell out of this group because I only just discovered them this year. Yeah, they're just incredible. I've got 2 of my favourite albums of this now on vinyl. Yeah, Bright Eyes. So the next one now is Australian, so it is show an Australian artist or group. So I'm going to go for Paper Kites, Roses. My god, this is a freaking beautiful album. I mean, the album cover, it opens up onto this lovely gatefold. The record, oh my god, the record is just this insanely thick. Like a, you can see this properly. Yes. Oh, such a good album. I believe they're Australian. It'd be a bit of a bummer now if it turns out they were actually Australian. Yeah, Australian indie rock, folk rock band. Yeah, I freaking love them. Paper Kites, I've not heard a bad song from them, let alone a bad album. So the next one is a surprising purchase of 2022. They don't get more surprising than this. This is Ghana funk music from the 70s. I picked this up, I was in Amsterdam working on an MMA event where I was doing videography work, just go around and have a look around Amsterdam. So we went down, this was like 11:30 at night, this record shop was there, Platypus Records. It looked like it was open, so I just walked in. It definitely wasn't supposed to be open. And yeah, I was just having a look around. I bought this, I bought a hoodie. The guy gave me a Platypus Records mat for my records. He has these as well, he designed them, had them made up for the shop and gave me some of those. And yeah, he put this on for me because I literally just went in there and just said, what do you recommend? And he threw this on. So yeah, this was, I mean, I would not have thought that I'd be buying a Ghana funk album. So yeah, that's a very surprising record. So complete, so an artist whose collection you've completed. So I have got every pressing, technically, that I want of Ed Sheeran. I've got the EPs, I've got the albums, I've got it all. I don't want to get it out because it will take me forever and a day to get it back away again. But believe me when I say I've collected all of those albums. Bring on Subtract, Yellow this year, and yeah, come on Ed, bring it out. So the next one is a great run of 3 albums. So I'm going for the Gorillaz debut album, self-titled. Gotta show it off a wee little bit because it is beautiful. Gorillaz, Demon Days. This is the Vinyl Me Please red pressing. This is my favourite Gorillaz album, I think, as well. This thing is freaking amazing. And of course the next one is the Gorillaz Plastic Beach, which when I first heard this way back when it came out, I wasn't a massive fan of it. But I mean, I've come to accept it for the utter classic that this thing is, with just some insane features on there. I mean, this thing's got like freaking Snoop Dogg is on there, Mos Def is on there, it's just crazy. So yeah, that's my run of 3. So next up is an 80s soundtrack. So I actually bought this in a bookshop in Cardiff, that just had like a little record section. Once Upon a Time in America and Ennio Morricone movie score. I mean, Sergio Leone, Ennio Morricone are like literally my gods, I worship them. I've got Sergio Leone's autobiography at the top. Ennio Morricone for me is by far the best movie composer there ever was. R.I.P. And yeah, this album, I believe this film came out in 1984. It was Sergio Leone's last film. It is like 4 hours long. It is not for the faint-hearted. It is a long freaking thing, but it is incredible. And yeah, Morricone just smashes it with this thing. I freaking love this. Okay, next one is a sadder note. So this is an artist that we lost in 2022. So way back in January, we lost Meatloaf. This is obviously his incredible Better Hell album. Yeah, there's not really much more I can say about this thing. It's just an absolute classic, R.I.P. So the next one is disappointing purchase of 2022. This one was unfortunately quite easy for me to pick. It is Juice WRLD Fighting Demons. It's not for the album itself. I like the album. But the Juice WRLD store is really just one of the worst places imaginable. They're terrible. They do this all the time. They did this with this last record before this one as well, and I fell for it again. Fool me once kind of thing going on here, but basically they did this whole pre-save sign up and you get access to the exclusive vinyl that we're going to be dropping of Fighting Demons, so I did that. This was then dropped on his website as that exclusive that you can pre-order it now, and it said limited edition black vinyl of this album. So I thought, oh, so they're not going to do any variant pressings of it, it's just going to be a really limited run vinyl. So I ordered this, and then a week later they just released all of the actual limited edition vinyl pressings of this album, and like I could literally go to HMV right now and pick this thing up for like £20. And I like had to pay for like shipping because I bought it in America and all sorts of crap just to get a standard pressing, which they said was limited edition. It's just terrible. And they've done this now, as I said, they did it with Legends Never Die, they've done it with Fighting Demons. I'm going to be much more the wiser when they do it for the next album, which I know that they are going to do. I think they're doing The Party Never Ends or something like that. I'm not ordering a standard black vinyl pressing from them ever again. Non-vinyl purchase. I wanted to keep it music related, so recently this year is the year I've started getting a bit more back into digital music as well. So I've got these beautiful things which are iPod classics, so I've been buying people's old iPods, I've been trying to refurbish them a little bit, I've been pulling all the music off of them, and yeah, I'm glad that I've done it. Wheel sound. This is my favourite one as well, by the way, the backlight one. This is the iPod Classic 3rd generation. It is an absolute pain in the ass, but I freaking love it, and I love it for being a pain in the ass. Yeah, I just love these things. They're great retro bits of gear. GRAIL record. Okay, so this was an album that I've wanted forever. And finally, when I went over to America, I got a chance to buy it for a decent price. Razorlight, self-titled album. This is the second album. This doesn't have a skip on it for me. I freaking love this thing. I'm saying that a lot. Space-themed record. I didn't think I actually had any space-themed records, and then I was going through and I've got like 7. I've gone for Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. And then the vinyl itself. Come on. This Planet. See, it's got like a nice planet looking record there. And another, this one's a lot harder to see. This one is like a smoky, kind of see it a bit. Second last one, so number 19, present, a record that you got as a present. I didn't actually get any records for Christmas this year, boo-hoo, but I did get one for Christmas last year. It is Fleet Foxes' Shore. My mate actually bought this for me. Boom. Yeah, I mean, this is just great folk music again, a lot like Big Thief. Just love throwing this thing on. It is so nice to just mellow out and listen to. Okay, and the last one was a bit specific, so it was a record from the year 1973. I only actually have one record from 1973, but it is a very important one in my collection, a very personal one. So it is The Temptations' Get Ready. This is, I mean, the music is brilliant. I've talked about this one before. It's a very personal record to me, so this is, you know, I didn't inherit any records. I've bought almost all of my records myself and built my collection. When I went up in the attic of my nan's house, I found this up there, and it actually belonged to my uncle, who I never got a chance to meet, and it's actually got his name written on the record sleeve itself, which, you know, makes this not valuable for others and extremely valuable for myself, obviously. So that is the vinyl tag there, done and complete. So thanks Rob for putting this together. It was really fun to do. Anybody else, if you'd like to give it a go, thank you for watching. If you can, drop us a like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, peace out.